Hello and welcome to another video. If you're new to the series, let me tell you how it works. I pick an artist from a list of artists of people that I want to get done with at some point in my life. Then I go ahead and review their entire albums available on Apple Music and review them in these videos. Don't take any of my opinions you hear too seriously, and if you do, leave a comment about it. Anyways, let's start on to the first album of today's album. Of today's video. And the first album of today's video is the Eminem Show by Eminem. Information on his project, this album is run on how he started and how he struggled to make it to the top and how he feels about America. Information from Apple Music. Review. To start off, we have Eminem talking about how he had issues with his mother, with his mother, and about how his father walked away from the family. He also talks about how he wants to be there for his daughter and will not end up like his own dad who walked out of the family. The production throughout the album is amazing and didn't fail at all. His vocals are amazing as he keeps up with his amazing flow. This is a great album by him as it starts to set the type of ground that we know Eminem would later become. And like I said, lyrically, I completely forgot to write it in my script, but lyrically, it is also a very well written album. While some lyrics are iffy, it is still a very well written album and gets the point across where if you have someone go into this album blind and have them write a basic summary of what they think the album is about, they'll probably hit it, boom, nail on the head, or nail on the board, or hammer, nail, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, this was a great project. And lastly, my standout songs are Without Me and Sing for the Moment. Up next, we have Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. Inspiration on this project, this would be an in-between album as he would no longer be the child star that he was, but this would also be right before he would become the king of pop that we know him of today. Information from Apple Music. Review. Here we have an iconic Michael Jackson album, and while I may not have enjoyed it as much as others did, I can still admit it is still a very good album. Many iconic songs come from this project, and you can also tell it's a project where Michael Jackson starts to find himself and starts to become like this king of pop. And I know, this is a disco-ish album, for me, but for me, the issue was that many of the lyrics felt lacking. I don't know if that's the fact that I'm not really into disco songs or the fact that many of the songs had very few lyrics that I didn't really enjoy. Production is great, and the producer Michael Jackson teamed up with to make this album is amazing. Overall, this is a great project. Not my favorite Michael Jackson album, not an album I enjoyed the most, but I do see why it was one of his more successful albums, and I also do see why it's also one of his most popular albums as well. And yeah, lastly, my standout song was Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Up next, we have the Snow Strippers by Snow Strippers. Information on this project, nothing. Nada. Apple Music had nada. Wikipedia had nada. Genius.com had nada. The Rolling Stones website had nada. I have no idea where to find information on this project, but here we go. So before I heard this album, I've only heard one song of theirs, and that's the song that they made with Uzi Vert. I had no idea what to expect going into this album, but man, this is a great album. While I did have some filler songs, it was still great. Production is like a roller coaster in the way that some songs, my fault, I know some songs have good production while other songs are okay at best. Lyrics follow a similar route as where some are good and some are eh. While I did just bash on the project, it is still a very, very good song, and when it reaches its peak, they are amazing. The project had the potential to be one of the best albums that I've heard this month. This is the first week of the month, by the way. It sadly lacked when it came to some of the filler songs. Lastly, my standout songs are Keep Holding On, Together, Insane Like Me, and All the Time. And finally, we have Experiment by Ken Carson. Information on this project, he follows in the footsteps of his mentor and Playboy Cardi, and he also goes beyond his boundaries and tries new limits and new sounds as he succeeds with them in this album. Information from Apple Music. Lastly, we have Ken Carson. With Ken Carson over here, I have never heard any of his songs, and I do plan to get to him soon. Don't worry about it. I did see he dropped a new project, so I decided, let me tip my toes into the world of Mr. Ken Carson and see how his world of music is. And damn, this shit was low-key fire. So the production on this album was low-key fire. So like, I've seen clips on it on, like TikTok, like that one clip, I forgot who it was. Was it like it was like Ken Carson went on stage after Lana Del Rey or something like that. I don't know. I'll see if I look up the clip and put it in the video.
You scared? You should have stayed or fuck home.
it'll probably give me copyright, but whatever. Um, oh no, because I add songs to these videos. Whatever. I'll get copyright, whatever. I haven't gotten copyrighted in like over 2 years, so it won't hurt. Actually, no, the 007 video. Whatever. It's just a copyright. It's not a copy. If it's a copyright strike, then you won't see it. If it's just a regular copyright, you'll see it will sound. But like I was saying, this was great. I'm gonna be honest, this shit was fire. I had my skull candy bass all the way up, volume all the way up, my ears exploded. But that's besides the point. This shit was fire. I am excited to when I get to Ken Carson. Of course, I'm gonna start with his older projects, and like obviously it might not be what this is, but if it's even anything similar, Ken Carson might become one of my favorite artists. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Flow, oh my gosh, his flow was fucking incredible too. Like his flow, the two songs Cardi was featured on were both great. Give me 1 second. That right, that I am back. I paused the shit like it was a live stream. I forgot this was a video. Whatever, makes the shit feel more natural because I've been told my shit sounds like AI. I am not AI. My scripts are not AI. I write all my scripts. I talk in all my videos. I do everything. I do everything. I might have to start posting fucking Instagram stories to show, or probably just my YouTube post for whatever. But yeah, back to this production, not production. His flow. This shit was fucking fire. I cannot lie. I don't know what I was expecting when it came Carson. I did have him in this mindset of like people like whose music I may not enjoy from what I've been described his music is, but his shit was fire. I will not lie. He cooked. Lyric wise, this follows the same as the Snow Surfers album that we just went over, where it was a roller coaster. Some were good, some were bad, but overall, it did feel more peaks than dips in this project. Features the two songs Playboy Cardi was featured on, beautiful. What's the other song? State Sun, or was that a Cardi feature? No, Cardi should have been Death Note, right? I don't know, but Death Note, the feature on Death Note was great. The feature on State Sun was great. The what's that one song? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think I wrote it down. Ghost, Ghost. That the feature by Little Uzi Vert. Mwah, mwah. Chef his chef Yes, that was beautiful. This was a great project. If you're not into Ken Carson, you should definitely listen to this. You might not be first find out if you're into this type of music, right? That'll probably be my first thing I say. But if you are, then you definitely need to listen to this project. I think it was very good. And when I went to go rank it on the album of the year website, it wasn't that bad. Like compared to some of these other projects that I've released this year that I've gone over, this project was not that bad. But yeah, this was a great project by him. Oh, and oops, I didn't write down my standout songs. And lastly, my standout songs are Where Do I Start? Death Note, Ghost, Knocking, and We Did It. Up next, we have everyone's favorite part of the video, standout albums of the week. If you do not know what standout albums of the week are, this is pretty much where I pick an album that you should go listen to the moment you finish watching this video. And yeah, this week's standout album of the week goes to Experiment by Mr. Ken Carson. This album was, hold up, this album was amazing. It was, I don't know, I just going into it, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but coming out of it now, it's a great album. Very, very great work by him. I am happy I set my toes into his world of music, and I am excited when I do eventually get to him. And just great listening experience overall. Not much to really complain about in that department. And this was great. Nothing to be ashamed of by him, and something that I definitely do think you have to go listen to the moment you finish watching this video. And yeah, that's it. That was your standout album of the week. Now we are on to my favorite part of this video, the app time. If you don't know what app time is, I pretty much talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. First things first, why was this video so delayed? It was pretty much the World Cup games, right? The USA game was on last night as I was finishing this up and I wasn't able to finish it. I was disappointed after our horrible loss. We played like the Raiders, aka I think as if they've never played football a day in their lives. I hope that changes next season for the hope of my mental health. But yeah, The World Cup is coming to its end, so with it ending soon, I will be able to go back on time with like these videos, with streaming, with everything, because I no longer will have to worry about like, oh, having to like do so and so on time, so I can go watch the World Cup match. As things go, today is the seventh. Argentina just barely beat out Egypt once again, barely escaping off a win. As we go, what is this? Oh yeah, as we go on to tomorrow, the 8th, right? But the 19th is inching closer and closer. And yeah, it's coming to its end. And like I said, ultimately, this is as sad as it is seeing the World Cup end. It's also good for me because I will no longer be distracted as much as by the World Cup matches. Will also be distracted sports wise because of the athletic season currently going on. I think MLS should be starting sometime soon after a World Cup too. So I will still be distracted by other sports, but it won't take up as much as my attention as the World Cup has. So, as soon as the 19th comes, everything should go back to its regularly scheduled program. Um, but yeah, I also did decide last week to take my break from from the series. It was, and social media as well. It was mainly just because my family was over and it was very, very hard to try to do streaming. If I tried to do streaming, everyone was so loud, or I was either spending time with the family. Video wise, it was the same thing. I barely had any time to myself as either I was at work or I was spending time with the family. So it just wasn't really something plausible for me to do, and that's why I took the break last week. I wanted to take it the week of the World Cup final, so then that way I could just focus on other matches. But unfortunately, that's not how things went out. But whatever, I'm back and we're here. Um, I also finally got a new phone. I've been struggling with my old phone for a while. My mom forced me to get a new phone, so now I'll be paying $90 a month for my phone bill, which is low key ass, right? But. But it does feel nice to finally have a newer phone. I got the 17 Pro because I like the color orange. I didn't get the Max because I don't like the bigger phones, so I'm okay with this smaller phone. And I am also planning on leaving my current job of employment. There'll be a video fully centralized around that. It's just a heads up. I'm currently just looking for a new job. The thing is, if this current place that I've applied to, because I do have an interview tomorrow before I go to work, if they don't hire me and I don't get a job anywhere else before college starts, I will be staying at Starbucks for an extra year. I don't want that as I am genuinely going insane working here. My coworkers are alright, managers are alright, everything's good. It's just like the actual job itself is just starting to get too overwhelming, and I'm ready to dip, even though it will be what's it called? I'll be making less money, instead of what I'm making currently right now at Starbucks. It's just I low key want to get out. I am done, right? I'm just starting to feel overstimulated. I do not like to feel overstimulated while I'm working. Like I just don't like feeling overstimulated at all. That's why like I'll randomly just like take breaks. I'll delay videos and stuff. So, because I've been overstimulated, it's the worst. And of course, becoming a chef, that's like overstimulated, and you're about to become a chef. Are you sure it's the right career choice? Yes, because the difference is in the kitchen. It is. I've been in the so my school when I was back in high school. I did the 2 years of a program that my school offers, where we go to a different school to do our like secondary education at the same time, and I got the certificate there, and I got like some beginner experience of how it's like to work in a commercialized kitchen, and I'm usually able to handle that a lot more because I'm able to like break things down. While at Starbucks, most of the time it's like, okay, I need to find a way to pump out 7 drinks in 5 minutes, and every single one of those 7 drinks has multiple different details. But yeah, I'm getting ready to dip out of there. I feel bad for my coworkers because they're all very good people. But like I said, if I don't have a job by the time school starts, which is like in about a month realistically, because school starts the 24th. Yeah, I think, yeah, school starts the 24th, and hold up, I'm like making sure that like, I have this all correct. Yeah, school starts the 24th, which is a Monday, the 24th of August, not July. So I still do have like a little bit over a month left, but I just don't want to be starting a new job with school at the same time as I'm starting school because like I do want to put all my focus on school. I do have an orientation appointment, but I don't know when it is. I have multiple birthdays. I just don't know what day my orientation will be. Hold up, give me this. I'm like looking at my calendar right now because I'm trying to figure this out. That's not the event I'm looking for. Also not the event I'm looking for. Someone's birthday, not really what I'm looking for. The 20th is this? No, it's just someone's birthday and this. I have an orientation appointment. I'm gonna have to figure that out before before August comes, so I can actually go to the school and like figure out where everything is. So like first day applies, and I'm not like a deer in headlights. But yeah, that's just something. And then I'm going to be going to my first Atlanta United match, similar to the Raiders match. I'm going to have to be attending an away game, of course. Um, the problem with the Atlanta match is I don't have a ride there, so I'm going to be forced to learn the transit system, the LIRR. Well, I do know the basics of how to get to Penn Station. It's just pretty much after that. It's like having to go into New Jersey. So like I do plan to take a practice run. I don't know. Maybe we'll vlog it. Maybe it's something I'll do. Maybe it'll just be like a little vlog, seeing how it goes, and then because I do have plans of wanting to vlog the Raiders when I go to the Raiders game. I do have plans, and like I said, I would like to vlog when I go to the Atlanta game. You know, just a little stuff to throw in there. I'll record it off my phone, of course, and that's it. There's not really much other updates for me. Um, Go France, you know, USA is not gone, so I'm going to go with my favorites to win the entire thing, and that's France, because they're the only team that's actually been strong. Um, and that's pretty much it, gang. I don't have much else to say. This is not really a promise. I'm like lying to myself right now because I know I'm gonna get distracted, but I'm going to try to start the 007 first light stream right now right, I'm gonna get this done, uploaded process, start the 007 first light stream, have that finished around like 10:30-ish, so I can have this video uploaded sometime like midnight-ish, so then that way I can go back on track. I mean, I'm already off track because like it's Tuesday today, and this was supposed to be uploaded yesterday, and the '07 light video was supposed to be uploaded a while ago, but it would be nice to try and get back on schedule, but it's not really plausible because Tuesday I'm supposed to be streaming Ghost ATL, but like I said, it's mainly just been the World Cup that's been holding me back because it's been taking up a lot more attention. Of course, the USA now out of the picture, and so I'm probably gonna not be investing much of my time into it. Maybe like hate watching Argentina, but even then, most of these games are gonna be starting at 3 p.m. and that's usually the time frame I'm at work. And if I'm not at work, I'm usually not live during that time, anyways. So it's something that's like not really much of my worry. Like baseball wise, I probably won't be getting distracted as much. The athletics are like athleticing right now, being shit. MLS, I'm a Atlanta United fan, so we're at the bottom of the trenches. So yeah, you know that's the deal right now, and you know, like I said, I'm gonna try to get out this 007 stream right now, but it's just I'll be so delayed. Maybe I should like skip it. But then I would also be skipping Pacific Drive and going straight to Bose Hotel. And I feel like I just recently played Bose Hotel. But that'll probably might have to be what I do, not gonna lie. It's just I can go back to being on schedule unless like I move everything around. Like have I don't know, I'll figure this out right now. I'll quit yapping. I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you on whatever video mine it is. Use that click on next. Good night, good evening, good morning, good day, good whatever the hell it is for you. I'll catch you all in whatever video mine is that click on next. Get out.